All right. Welcome, everybody, to another wonderful episode of Chip on My Shoulder. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out today. I'm excited. I got a lot of stuff on my mind that I need to get off. Another heated episode with this chip on my shoulder. I got to be honest. This one is another one that hits close to home, and I think this might hit a lot of you, depending on where you live. For my rant today, it's going to be two separate people I see out on the streets a lot, and I'm starting to really like dislike these types of people. I'm contemplating road rage. So the first type that I wanted to get into, and the two very different reasons, mind you. I want to talk to truck owners. Okay, I don't know what happened to a car that was supposedly supposed to be a working class vehicle and is now turned into this luxury fucking spaceship that cost $120,000. That what fucking Maseratis and sports cars go for. And like, you don't need that. Well, like, what happened to trucks? And half these trucks I see, there's not even a scratch in the bed. They're not using these for any actual work or anything. I think maybe they bought them because they have a couple jet skis or a boat, and a couple times a year they go out it blows my mind what happened to trucks. They used to be and they used to be fairly cheap and affordable. And now the inside of them, like I said, they look like goddamn spaceships. I don't know what you need. There's like a 25-inch TV on there. Some of these guys have like alligator Cayman seats. Real working class guys. Like, it's really weird how all of these weird luxury things, like rich people didn't get trucks. Poor people got trucks to work on the rich people's houses. Rich people had nice cars. They didn't need a truck. They hired people to go move things in trucks. God, everybody thinks they work on a fucking farm now out here in Arizona. Don't get me started on how you guys park like complete lifted trucks. Blow my mind here. It's such a funny thing. And I know there's literally car dealerships out here in Phoenix that sell nothing but lifted trucks. Now, some of them look cool. But it's like 15 feet off the ground just to get up into your truck. I don't know what this is for.
Most expensive production truck in 2025 is the 2025 Ford F-150 Raptor R, starting at $113,000.
See, that's just a sports car that's dressed up as a truck to me. That's not even like the stuff that truck does, and I've seen it, and I've seen it drive in some of those Raptors. They're cool cars. They're very cool trucks. Well, like that's half this shit is not what you'd even need a truck for. It makes no sense to me. You know what I think it is? I think it's a lot of rich people playing middle class, playing dress up. You know, they want to still think that they're not the wealthy rich people that all the middle class. You know, maybe they were at one point, but they got out of that. They sold their company for a couple $1 million. They're living good. But then they keep getting that truck just to make it still, I'm still, an an all-American man. It makes no sense, these truck owners. And I don't know why, even like the cheap ones, even the small compact trucks that are supposed to be the more affordable ones, those start at like $30,000, $40,000 too. Like the Rangers and all of those ones. I don't get it. None of them, I rarely see anything in the truck bed of those trucks at all. Just sucking up gas. You need like 50 feet of leg room. That being said, I've been in one of those trucks. It's fucking cozy. Right? There's a lot. There's a lot of fucking room in those trucks. And I imagine if you got a family of 4 or whatever, kudos to you. But half you guys don't need to be buying it. And the second rich people started buying these trucks, now look at it. Not a working class man can't buy a truck past 2005 without it being, $900 a month for a goddamn truck payment.
I bought my long bed Ford. It's a 97 for $600 in 2019.
Yeah, those are gone, by the way. The days of like beaters for a couple $100 where they look like shit, but they run, they'll get you where you need to go. Those are gone. You got to minimum spend 5-6 G's at least just on a shit car. 4 different panel colored doors. It shakes a lot while you drive. There's no stereo. There's nothing in there for you. You're just listening to hot wind coming through your car in the summertime. But you had the freedom. You do. Now people need to take out goddamn home loans in order to get these. I don't like it. I don't like it. And I think a lot of you truck drivers, you shouldn't, you probably don't need that car, but you want it because you got your little toys that you want to take to the lake. Ugh. Whatever, dude. Have fun at Bartlett. All right. And here's another group of people, and I think more people will be on my side with this one. I want to talk to bicycle riders for a second because first off, I want to ask, who do you think you are? Just off the bat, where do you get the stones to act the way you do on public roads built for cars? I understand there's bike lanes. I understand there are right-of-ways. But you need to grow the fuck up, okay? With your thin little tires, your tight spandex, dressing up like you're practicing for the Tour de France. Fuck off.
You're so fucking mean, too.
They're the worst. If they were nice and be like, I'm so, and like trying to like not avoid, they're not. They get in your face like, what are you doing here, man? Like we're on their private roads, that they're riding on. The arrogance of them in the middle of rush hour traffic, a gaggle of bicycle riders will be on 7th Street or riding down the middle of the road with their hands up. I'll be like, hey, watch out. No, you watch out. I got a 3,000-pound fucking car that I'm flinging 45 miles an hour most of the time on these streets. You're on some thin little bike with no padding, no protection, and that shitty little helmet. Okay? These roads were built for us. I don't get. And let me caveat this by saying, this doesn't apply to you if, say, you're a guy that's a bike rider who is like a mountain biker. Those guys are fine. You're on your trails. You're not bothering anybody. Or I'll even give you one better. If you're the type of bike rider or the type of person who that's your means of transportation. That's how you get to and from work. That's how you get to and from around. I say good for you. You're helping out the environment, get a little exercise, or, you're just poor.
No, it's the guys that do it as a hobby that are the worst.
It's the hobbyists.
It's the hobbyists.
And you know what? Like I said, I wouldn't mind it so much if they weren't so arrogant about it. Acting like, it's like, there are things that are legal and then there are things that are right. You know what I mean? There's morally right and legally right. Do a lot of these, and they know the laws and they know specifically where they could push buttons. But you need to stop coming in and getting pissy with fucking, automobiles because you're getting close to you or driving fast or not doing something you want on a public road like this. God. And especially here in Phoenix. Like, we have bike lanes and stuff, but let me tell you something. We also have a thing called sidewalks, and not a lot of people use them. Okay? You go drive around, most of the time the sidewalks are completely empty. Ride your goddamn bike on the sidewalk. All right? I know that's for walking people, and if we're in New York City or a major metropolitan working city, or like a walking city, this doesn't apply to you, because obviously that doesn't work. But Arizona here in Phoenix, yeah. Get on the sidewalk or just go home. Get a fucking Peloton. Go ride. Get your rocks off that way. You and your little gang of assholes. God, I hope all of them get testicular cancer like Lance Armstrong did.
In 2022, 1,084 bicyclists were killed in crashes with motor vehicles in the United States. How many of those do you think were their fault?
Were the bicycle riders' fault or the car's fault?
No, the bicycle riders.
How many did you say?
1,084.
76%.
That's a good number.
Does it say, or is it?
No. A recent study found that, let's see. A recent study found that 62.2% of the cyclists who died weren't wearing helmets, and over 20% were under the influence of alcohol.
Well, yeah, if you're drunk, you probably had it coming.
It doesn't say.
You know how many times I've been walking around downtown Phoenix late at night after shows and stuff, watching some of these drunk people on bird scooters and shit going like 30. They need to have a cap on that. I don't think they should go. They shouldn't go as fast as they should go. The amount of times I've seen people just face plant in the middle of downtown because they're buzzed. They think they can handle. Like, I've ridden a scooter before. I'm like, this is an eraser. Okay, that you're just, skadoodling down your neighborhood street.
They haul ass too.
They do. Some of them can get up to like 30 to 35 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And it's great if you need to get around downtown or, somewhere quick. But let's all be honest, we've all had one too many a few times. And all it takes is one little wobble and you're off. Okay? It's off to the races. That being said, most of the people who crash on bird scooters had it coming. Okay, they're drunk or they did something. They're not the problem here.
Or it's like the novelty.
Yeah.
I want to ride this. I don't have to. I want to ride this.
It's just a fun thing. My car is 2 minutes. I could walk, but hey, why not? Why not spend, how much is it? Like $10, $15 for?
I don't know. I've never done it. Have you done it?
No.
No, I'm a normal person.
I would, even my fat ass would just walk.
Yeah.
Unless it's like, if it's not walking distance, I'm getting an Uber. It's either I'm walking or if it's too hot, then yeah, I'm getting in a car. We'll figure something out. But these bicycle riders, man, and I wish, and if you're out there listening, please, just know you're probably not a great person. Okay, and I mean that with all due respect. I don't know you personally, but you need to have a little leeway with these cars. Okay, I understand the rules, the law of this, the law of that. We could sit here all day and talk about laws that are on the books that shouldn't be. But up top of my list is a lot of these bicycle laws. And these guys, who spend thousands of dollars and pretend like they're about to win some sort of biking event. I'm just done with it.
They're expensive too.
Yeah.
They're very expensive.
They're like $3,000-$4,000. Like some of those legit pro bikes, they're like $3,000-$4,000. Like I have friends who are mountain bikers too, and they spend like $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000. And apparently makes a big difference. I don't know. I'm not in that thing. I tend to stay at the base of the mountains. But I don't care if you spend $50,000 on that bike, $100,000. You shouldn't act the way you do, especially when you are in the most vulnerable position in your life on a busy street. I honestly think if they could, they'd go on the freeway. I honestly think they would go on the freeway and just hog up a fucking lane, and they get mad at everybody because they're not ecstatic to be that they're there. Like, no, they're bicycle riders. They have the right of way. And by the way, I think these bicycle rules, I think they weren't meant for you. They weren't meant for you weekend. They don't make laws for weekend hobbyists, okay? For you to just get a little exercise, on a Sunday morning. I think they legitimately were trying to make it so, people who use this as a means of transportation to get to and from have a legal way of doing it. But guess what? You know what I found about those people? I've met those people. I know people who have taken bikes and used bikes as a means of transportation. They're not assholes. They understand. They know. They know the streets are a crazy place for a bike. All right? So they know the rules, and they're the ones whose head's on a swivel. They stay out of the way, and they want to get to their fucking job. But these people, something about it. This is arrogant. They just, you know what they remind me? There's a church out here called CCV. It's a massive, massive church. There's like dozens of them, I think. And they even play each other in sports. But for some reason, every terrible driver I see out this way has a CCV sticker. Something, I don't know what it is about these church people. Something about being so sure about your afterlife makes you really dickish on the road. I don't know what it is. But these bike riders are basically those CCV sticker vans in bike form. That's what that is. It's just, yeah. You need to lose up the arrogance a little bit. All right. Work with us. You keep your head on a swivel. I won't run into you. All right. And we can go live our lives. All right. You can go win your stupid medals or do whatever you do. Or go yell racial slurs at minorities that's, working on your house like you probably do, Karen. Okay. But we're done.
Until they kick my car, dude. You seen those videos?
Oh, no. If you physically come, okay. That's where you need to be careful, especially in a lot of gun-toting states. Phoenix is one of them where it's an open carry state and a concealed carry state, which means you don't even need a permit to conceal carry. All right? A lot of people are packing in their cars. And a lot of these people get arrogant and they come up and they start banging on these cars and stuff. You're going to get fucking shot. Okay? I don't mess with road rage for that very reason. Even if I'm 100% in the right and this guy really fucked me over, I'm not risking it. I'm not risking getting shot. If I see a Punisher sticker on his fucking car, I know he's got something in there. The Punisher sticker with the thin blue line. I'm like, you didn't read the comic, but that's fine.
It's the funniest sticker.
It's funny, but there's certain stickers you see, and like that guy probably has a gun in his car. Anybody with an American flag on their car, most likely they'd probably have
We the people.
We the people, any of those flags, those kind of things. So I just tend to avoid it altogether.
Now we're back at the truck thing.
Yeah. Oh, especially in those big trucks. But you know what's the thing is? I think there's a lot of those truck people, they're looking to use a gun. They're looking, they won't do it illegally because they know they'll go to jail and they know that they're being the wrong. But I think some of those guys, they're waiting for somebody to give them just a honk on a wrong day.
I think I had friends that legit would tell me at bars, like, I pray every day.
Why?
I pray every day that someone tries me.
Why? Why? What is this pent up anger that you want to shoot somebody? I never want to shoot. I mean, I would if I had to, but I never want to. I don't get it.
Comedians would be fucking useless.
Except for some of you bicycle riders, okay? There's a handful of you. The thought had crossed my mind. I'm not going to do it. All right? I'm a respectable member of the society. But just be wary out there, guys. Be careful.
Before we get into the review, I want to ask: do you feel the same way about like motorcycles or like the pocket rockets?
Motorcycles, no, because motorcycles generally they follow the same rules of the road that we do. Being a motorcycle, it's dangerous. You're exposed out there, and you're going way faster than a bicycle rider. The only people that I've run into, and I know people some of these guys who are in like MCs and stuff. I think I've seen videos of incidences of where they've like gotten mad at people for passing them. And I think I've heard some stories of where some of these groups will be like, no, you need to respect us when we're on the road. Okay, you don't go right. You don't do this. Like guys, I'm sorry, but that patch doesn't mean anything to anybody outside of your community. You don't get any special privileges on the road because you're in an MC. I'm sorry. Sons of Anarchy was great. Great show. I know that's not realistic how most of you guys run. I know you guys mostly just, guys who like to ride bikes and hang out. But it's like, come on. I don't have the same vitriol for bicycles. Like I like motorcycles. I like to ride motorcycles. But some of those guys, like, I've heard that they could be a little mean about like, you need to, like, there are different rules for them on the road. Like you need to act around them differently than any other. And I'm like, that's not the case. Okay.
So it's primarily just cyclists.
Cyclists, yeah. Those guys.
No motors.
No. I respect a good motor. Occasionally I see a homeless person that attached like a GoPed motor to like a bike, like a regular bicycle. I'm like, yeah.
That's an innovator.
But that's his only means of transportation. I respect that man. Okay. So I'm never going to cast aspersions or throw stones at that guy. But the rest of you, look out. Okay. Coming in hot with my words. Okay. My words. I'm not making any threats. We're all about love here on the Chip on My Shoulder podcast. We're all about letting out that energy that we all have every day because we all have it. All right. All right. Enough of that. My blood pressure's high enough. Okay. Right now, today's chip, very excited about. We are going to crack in to, everybody knows about the Flaming Hots. They've been hit. They had that Cheeto movie about the guy who created it. And those have been a hot tickets. And of course, you've seen dozens of different products hit the Flaming Hot. But this is not one I've seen. We're going south of the border here. We grabbed a Mexican chip from a store not too far away from here. This particular chip is an extra Flaming Hot Tostitos. Okay? You don't see too many of those. Now, on the cover of this bag, they do this delicious kind of like medley of like I don't know, it looks like shrimp, onions, some avocado on there, which might be good to try. But we're
ceviche-esque.
Yeah, some ceviche-esque stuff here. So we're going to try that one day. But today we're just going to try the base chip. We're going to see these go. So let's crack this open and give it a go. All right, let's get in here. Grab my first chip. And we are underway. Oh, that's good stuff. Oh, that's delicious. The thing I love about Flamin' Hot is it tastes a little different on every type of chip. Even though I know it's pretty much the same flavor, I don't know if they modify it at all, But each chip, even though it's the same Flamin' Hot flavor, has a different taste, a different feel to it. This one, I have to say, is wonderful. It's got that nice Flamin' Hot kick. It's got a good spread on these. I mean, look at these. These are just nicely spread chips. You know, not like one where you get 2 or 3 of the good season one. The rest are just kind of bare with a little spritzel.
No, it's good. It lingers.
Oh, it's got
lingers.
a good. It lingers. Extra Flamin' Hot. It's not as hot as extra Flamin' Hot, I would assume. Like, it's got a nice Flamin' Hot flavor, but I don't think it's anything more than like a hot Cheeto or something along those lines. But let's dive in one more in these.
Going for seconds on this one.
Dude, these are good. Tostinos. Keep these coming, dude. These are fantastic. Oh, my goodness.
That bag's gone after a movie.
Oh, this bag is gone after we're done recording.
Yeah.
I might have to just polish these off, even though I haven't eaten dinner yet and I don't want to eat a full bag of chips. But guys, I'm going to go ahead and give these a 4.7.
Wow.
These are wonderful. I'm a huge Flamin' Hot fan. I love spice. I love a good kick or any type of different types of spice. Some of the Flamin' Hot products are better. Some are worse. But this one, it's got a good spread over the chip. That's all over it. It's the taste stays with you. It's got it's spicy. It gives you a little thing. I got just a little bit of the damp sweat right here at the top, but not enough. You can have a handful of these and still enjoy it, and not feel like you just ate some hot lava. So yeah, 4.7 on these Tostinos. Fucking fantastic.
Wow.
Good job on these. I'm definitely gonna do that. And maybe in a future episode we'll go ahead and try the full on zhuzh with the shrimp, like the ceviche style here, because I got to be honest with you, that looks fantastic too. I can't imagine that's going to be bad.
A chip's really good when it could be included in a recipe. Like this recipe specifically needs these chips.
Well, this is what I love about the Hispanic community. They are fantastic chip makers. Okay, they make wonderful snacks and a very different kind of varieties, but they're on par here with America when it comes to making a good chip. Now you do that. You go to a lot of places. You can especially some of the smaller hole in the wall places. You could buy a bag of just like kind of plain salted chips, and they give you a full workstation of stuff you could put in there. Chamoy, tahini, whatever you want. You can mix it up. You could put hot Cheetos in there. The dust, hot sauce, whatever you want. You kind of mix and match your own thing. There's actually a Swap and Park flea market that's in downtown Phoenix, like off Washington, the 51. Really cool because they got these big these guys who sell all these like Mexican, chips and candies and stuff like that.
Wasn't the Cheeto made by like a Hispanic janitor?
Yeah.
Wasn't that the story?
Yeah. The whole thing was, he came up with these like, because they were all selling to white people and they were like, white people don't like spicy. And they don't for the most part. So he was basically like, hey, Latinos love spicy shit. Why don't you have something marketed towards us? And he created this flavor. I guess he was a janitor or something like that, working at one of the factories or something, and kind of worked his way up. And eventually became. I wonder if he's still making any royalties off that. I doubt it. I think Frito-Lay, or whoever they got the rights to that. But yeah, so far it has led to a beautiful evolution all the way to Tostinos, which I'm surprised it took so long to get this far because this is a pretty basic chip. It's pretty normal, common chip out there. So again, guys, 4.7 on those. Please give that a try. And again, just like any other time on Chip on My Shoulder, if you want to see something, if you got something you want to rant about, please let me know. Comment on here. Or if you got a chip that you've seen and you want me to go ahead and give it a gander and test for you before you do it, let me know. We could do that for you. Again, thank you guys so much for joining in. Love you all. Have a fantastic day.